In the Third Corps, commanded by the pro-Lincoln Democrat Dan Sickles, and featuring as its senior division commander the abolitionist David Bell Birney, Meade was not liked, and is especially disliked by General Birney, who understood the goal of the war as first to abolish slavery and second to restore the Union. Beyond Meade's own Fifth Corps, the Army knew but little about Meade, and his appointment in place of Hooker just on the eve of battle was anything but a pleasant surprise to the whole Army. Hooker, in fact, had been in mid-stride at the moment he was relieved of command, hoping to lunge westward from Frederick, Maryland, and strike the Army of Northern Virginia with the 1st, 3rd, and 11th Corps under John Reynolds, as the rebel army was strung out along the roads between the Potomac crossings at its rear and Harrisburg at their front. Under these circumstances, any infantry commander, vaulted into command as Meade had been, would hesitate before acting too boldly. But it was also characteristic of Meade to play matters as safely as possible. Reynolds' attack wing was recalled and redirected northward. Orders to concentrate the scattered corps of the Army of the Potomac went out, and the actual pursuit of the Confederate invasion of Pennsylvania set on the shelf. Instead, with a cautious eye on shielding Washington, whose lack of protection had been the undoing of George McClellan, lest the enemy should advance on me across South Mountain, Meade determined to fix a defensive line no further northward than the Maryland-Pennsylvania border along the general line of Pipe Clay Creek, and wait for Lee to attack him there. Robert E. Lee pegged Meade with remarkable accuracy when he learned that Meade was now in command. General Meade will commit no blunder in my front, and if I commit one, he will make haste to take advantage of it, which was an elegant way of saying that George Meade would likely do nothing rather than run the risks of doing something. Meade's plans for a fallback to Pipe Creek were met with puzzlement by Dan Sickles, who was incredulous that the army was to fall back and not to follow up the enemy any further, the general regarding the objects of the campaign to be accomplished, and considering Washington, Baltimore, and Pennsylvania to be relieved.